Let's talk about values. How can you create a list or a hierarchy of your values? Can you do that? I have a resource for you that is a list of 143 values. Are you able to create a hierarchy of your values as a leader? Are you able to review them and journal them so that you can understand what is important to you and maybe what affects the way you view things? And maybe your values can filter through instead of looking at schemas. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about creating a hierarchy of values. And we're going to talk about how that could help us. Now, here I have a reflection for you to take a situation at work where you felt angry or hurt and write down a value that was important to you and what was missing. And don't write down what caused you anger or hurt because you know that already. Write the value that was missing. This exercise is helping you to understand which values show up in conflict and what values are missing that contribute to conflict. So go through this reflective exercise and let me know what shows up on our coaching call. There's a second reflection here for you too, to look through the importance of things. And the reason for this exercise is so that you can understand where you have priorities in terms of your best accomplishments or a rewarding situation. How important is that to you? And where the importance lies personally. So this is a reflective exercise to also help you look within yourself so that you can see what is important to you. Because if you can identify what's really important to you, then it helps you to communicate this to others. And we looked at issues that are there all the time and apparent. And then we looked at positions, and the positions are there behind the issues. And then we looked at the interests that are beneath the surface and interests. Now, in the field of conflict resolution, a position is an opinion. It's a stand that people take when the problems arise. And sometimes what happens is that people stay on a positions mindset. They take a position and they want to have a decision made based on that position without going any further. And people driving a stake in the ground and saying, if this doesn't happen, I'm going to do this or that. A lot of the times, taking a position stance at the beginning of a conversation is a protective armor that somebody uses because they don't want to really say what their interests are. If you're dealing with someone who's taking a position, don't be tempted to follow their lead, because then you would be working with incomplete information, meaning you're not looking at the interests behind those positions, and the interests would be what will get you to resolution. Look at the way that taking positions prevent you from getting to the real problem, the real issues, which is what's going to help you to resolve conflict better and help you to get to the interests. As an effective leader, your task is to move the decisions from a standoff, a position standoff, to actually going beneath the line to see how people can meet each other's interests and come up with ways that you can apply this to the conflict that you're working on. When you've journaled these, I want you to reflect on how you can move this into assessing the conflict that you have and focusing on the interests in the conflict that you have. We're also going to look at reframing, which is a wonderful way of communicating. It's a wonderful conflict management strategy. Understand how to effectively reframe. We see how to reframe in a way that's not disingenuous. It's not saying something that you don't mean. It's not making light of the situation. Reframing is using this guide, using palatable words to help someone in conflict see a more positive side of the situation. It's offering a new perspective to parties who may think or feel differently. Now, once you've reviewed what reframing is, then let's practice these statements. So, doing the program, write the statement out and then speak it and reframe it until you are able to say it in another way. And for our elite coaching clients, I'm looking forward to doing these exercises with you in our coaching call.